All right, welcome in everybody. Daily Bread Friday episode, Friday the 13th actually, coming at you live right at 1:52 on the East Coast. None of the games start until 6:35 tonight, so you got plenty of time to be locking in your best bets with Daily Bread Media, powered by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be DMing that at the bottom if you want to be tapped in for all the sports across the globe and all the leagues. As usual, live on Twitter at Daily Bread Media. I have it pulled up on my phone because I definitely have to monitor the comments last night because I don't know how quickly we'll get off the rails because we have a nice and juicy loaded slate today for the MLB and two game sixes, two more elimination games. Let's see who survives them all. So if you're into Twitter comments, I'll shout you out. But we appreciate all of you who tapped in and hung out in the waiting room with us on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. It's definitely the number one spot to be. We do this show for you guys, so we want to hear what it is. If you guys are Heat fans, give it to us. We're here for it. It is what it is. But Sosa, how you doing today?
I'm all right, man. Well, a little tired, but not like mentally or anything. Just tired. Was up late last night. Uh, we lost. It sucks. The game is the game. You know what I'm saying? The game is the game. There's nothing that can be done. We lost.
Yeah, it's a Grateful Dead Lithuania t-shirt. So we got to bring up the vibes in here. It's a Friday episode. We'll probably get off the rails at some point.
Joel off the mic. Why? Everything he said was true. People want it dumbed down for James Harden. Let me be the first to say it. I'm not a James Harden fan. That man is a bitch. He's worse than Ben Simmons. Like we traded for a guy who won't. We traded a guy who won't shoot for a guy who don't shoot. The fuck are y'all talking about? Joel tried to mask it and say we all need to. We no. James Harden needed to be aggressive. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit. Y'all making it seem like he like there was more that Joel could do. The man was playing with a broken thumb or a torn ligament in his hand and a fucked up face. I'm not trying to hear that. Yeah, get rid, bro. If it's my choice, I say just get rid of James Harden and be happy you got Ben Simmons contract off the fucking books. Who's with me? Anyone? Because I just feel like that would be a much better situation. To be totally honest with you, for me, it's no comparison. He was worse than Ben Simmons. I'm sorry, man. You 0 points in the second half. Absolute embarrassment. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, you did hit on the Luke with Luka and them last night, huh?
Yeah,
Devin Booker starting to look a little funny in the light.
looks like there's got to be another game 7 tonight because I don't know if the NBA is going to want to start. I guess they could start the one series on Monday, but then the other one won't start till Tuesday or Wednesday. They could do it. That's where you get to play all your tinfoil hat scenarios. But yeah, the Mavs in the third quarter kind of just put the foot on their throats, exactly what the Heat did as well. It's just more of Stephen A was reporting that Doc is coming back. If that's happening, I will be the least happy person whatsoever. We're going to kind of have to deal with Harden coming back, just hoping he doesn't get that max. But there's no alpha, there's no leader in the room. Joel, he seems to be it, but he needs another guy next to him. He doesn't seem like he can be the top guy there, but there's no accountability throughout. So it's really just another wasted season. Cue up the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. It's been that way since 1983, where in 2001 you could probably have taken it off. But every other season, cue the Curb intro music.
Game's the game, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Whoever gets hard.
Cold as shit. Or it's not cold, it's just gloomy out there, but it's good. We got the vibes. We're bringing it good today. You just want to get into it. We are 5 minutes in. Give us that like, give us that subscribe. Let's get into the MLB. A lot of good spots on the board today, Sosa. I don't know where you want to start, but one of my spots has finally returned, and I'm happy as shit. And you already know what that one is.
Which one are we on?
You on the road.
Hey,
We
you.
can't take the Braves first half team total because that's 1.5 at minus 155. Too much juice, but same with Brewbacher's fade yesterday. Even though it's juicy, it doesn't matter if it won. That's why we still want full game. That's where we're going here. 3.5 minus 125 for the Braves. I also like Braves first 5 money line at even. So I'm going to be doubling down on the Braves team total over 3.5 minus 125. Full or first 5 money line even because you 7.90 ERA on the road this season in his 3 starts. Only made it 13 and 2/3 innings, 12 runs, 16 hits. I mean, when Pittsburgh got it over the total last game, ATL should have no problem doing it today. As simple as that. And Fried on the mound, he's been clean. That's the reason why usually when I fade the pitchers, I don't like to take the other team's first 5 money line. But with the form that Fried's been in over his last 3, with the 1.89 ERA through 19 innings, that's why we'll go the double down.
Yes, sir. I like that. First play I'm on tonight is it's actually one of the later games. The Mets versus the Seattle Mariners. The first play in the game is going to be the Mets on the run line with Scherzer pitching.
Yep.
He's their ace. We got a bunch of very, very low unders today. Every game is pretty low, except for obviously Colorado, which makes sense. But the first, yeah, that's my first play. The Mets on the run line at minus 115. Scherzer on the mound. I think they handle Gonzalez today rather well.
Yes, Scherzer's coming off his first loss of the season and the Mets' first loss in the game he started at. He's 5-1 in his starts. Gonzalez is 0-3 in his road starts with the 6.48 ERA. And the biggest thing that we've been riding with the Mariners is they're batting 0.204 in the road and they're 5-11 overall. The run line is sitting right at even. It is what it is, but it's really all I gotta say about that. The Mariners, they're a team you can kind of key in on like that. Roddy, you're a little bit late. You missed the Braves team total and the Braves first 5 money line. I don't know if you win the game outright though.
The second play I'm on is another run line play, and we're going to Oakland versus the Angels. We're going to go with the Angels on the run line tonight. Oakland is starting to revert into themselves. We knew they weren't going to be good this year. They had a couple of wins to start the season against some rather some better teams, but I think that they're about to start here and really regress. I love the Angels tonight. I think the Angels are going to be in a dogfight in that division with Houston. We can already see that they've kind of separated themselves as the 2 best teams in the division. They're just, they're hitting the cap off the ball, bro. You know what I mean? They're that lineup in Anaheim is lit. Coming off a day off, I expect them to beat the dog shit out of the Oakland Athletics tonight.
Yeah, and I like that play as well because the A's are traveling back from Detroit with no rest coming off their first sweep of the season, even just their first 3-game winning streak. And the A's, they're batting 0.190 at home and only averaging 2.6 runs per game, which is 1 run per game lower than they are on the road. So that's kind of a nice little bounce back spot where they dropped the Shohei start in the Angels last game, but you're getting that nice day of rest. One of my other favorite spots of the day, I got the Rays on the money line with the Jays coming in, even though Gausman's on the road. The Rays are this is a tough one here. You got the total that's sitting at 7. The over is 3-0 in those spots. You got probably 2 of the leading candidates with ERAs coming in here. But I kind of like this spot because the Rays are 5-1 straight up against the division. they've owned that not historically, but the past 2 seasons they've cleaned up within their division. So I like that to stay true with Rasmus on the mound. 1-0 in his 2 starts with a 1.80 ERA. Both were September 2021 starts. And the Rays are 5-1 in his starts with a 2.89 ERA. So that's where I like Gausman. He gets back down to earth today. Rasmus keeps rolling. So I got the Rays on the money line plus 113.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why they're home dogs. Very interesting spot there, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a little odd to me. That's why I ain't really touch it.
I mean, they're traveling back from West as well, but they have a day off from the Angels series, so that's also why strange. What else do you like on today's board?
That's really all I had in baseball.
You don't want to talk? You're scared of your Dodgers?
No, I mean, I bet them every day. It's no surprise. Only thing is that Kershaw was supposed to pitch tonight. Instead, he scratched for Buehler. Buehler's been, obviously at this point in his career is better, but
we don't hit righties very well, man. It might be even better. We thrive against the lefties.
The whole creature of habit thing is the only reason I would go against the Dodgers possibly. Obviously, we did not play well last night and lost. But for me, it's the Dodgers run line at minus 120, and we're going to go with the Dodgers team total at over 4.5 at minus 124. I'm a repeat offender.
All right, there's 2 other games I got to ask you questions about these 2 because intriguing spots here. What is it? Where's the line on the Rangers? Really strange. They're minus 118 favorites. Red Sox have started the season slow as shit, and also with Pivetta on the mound. The Red Sox are 0-6 in the start, 6.07 ERA in those. And then the Rangers, they're 3-0 in Dunning's home start with the 2.65 ERA. Minus 118, it's really not that much juice, but is it worth backing the Rangers here today or first 5 if you have to potentially?
I can't tell anybody not to. The Red Sox have been awful. But we're going to keep saying these exact words. They can't be this bad. They can't be this bad. They can't be this bad. So I wouldn't be opposed.
Pivetta is that bad. We've seen it season over season now.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. But it's a stay away for me just because of Pivetta being so god awful to start the year. And again, we wait to see when these guys go back towards the mean. It always and it could just happen against a bad team like Texas. So that's why I stayed off of it, to be totally honest with you. But I couldn't fault you if you did. Boston has started the season off absolutely terribly.
All right, so one of the last looks I had today, because Greinke, since he was out in the West for a little bit there, I was going back and trying to see what his starts were like. It always seemed like the Diamondbacks keyed him up when they faced the Rockies, that he never pitched against them on the road, because he hasn't made a road start against them since 2019. I believe he's made 4 home starts against them, but Greinke's 5-1 with the 4.01 ERA in his 14 starts against them. I mean, the Rockies, they've lost 5 of their past 6 against the D-backs and the Giants, but they're the key on home team, where they're 11-5 at home compared to 16-15 overall, 5.7 runs per game at home compared to 4.3. Still kind of want to take the Royals here, but I really can't trust the bats, so I'm not going to do it.
Hey, man, I'm Greinke.
And that's where I know it's probably going to be a low total, because Freeland, he keeps it clean usually. And that's where the Royals on like the reverse run line or the plus 0.5, not that, just taking them not to lose at minus 120. But I can't fade the Rockies at home here, especially with the Royals.
Nah.
Bad offense. So we'll just stick to the 3 MLB plays from myself.
Yes, sir.
All right. NBA action. Make sure to give us that like, give us that subscribe. Do we see any game 7s here? We got to start it off. Celtics, Bucks. Sosa, I know you don't think this one goes 7.
This shit's over. Giannis tonight, we run the same thing back. Giannis points, Milwaukee to win. Same thing as last game. again, we as basketball fans need to acknowledge and respect Giannis Antetokounmpo's greatness. He's 27 years old, and it's his league, man. Just there's no way around it. The dude's special. Really, not much else to say. He's special, and the Boston Celtics losing the game the way they did the other night, the worst. I mean, it's.
Well, can you say the Bucks did that in game 4 though?
Not the same. Not the same. Not the same. Because that game in Boston would have been to put them up heading back to Milwaukee. It's much different going back to Milwaukee down as opposed to going back to Milwaukee up with a chance at a game 7. It's different. This team they've won a championship. And like I said, it's the way they did it. Giannis hitting a crazy 3 and just every single break going their way down the stretch. That is so demoralizing. That's got to be demoralizing, bro. You know what I mean?
The Celtics win the first quarter personally.
I don't think it's any coming back from that. I got Milwaukee money line, Giannis over 32.5, I think the number is. It might be at 33.5.
33.5 minus 110.
Yep. Only way he doesn't get that is if they blow them out, which is a possibility, but it's a very small possibility. I like Milwaukee at the crib tonight. How about yourself?
Kind of like the Celtics to win the first quarter.
All right.
I think they bounced back after that spot. I just think, I don't know. I could be swung either way on the game on the winner here. But I think if you have Giannis breaking the 33.5 with ease, then clearly the Bucks are coming out unless everyone else just lays an egg tonight. But you don't expect that with the role players bouncing back. Grayson Allen's kind of been non-existent recently. They did some questionable things with Bobby Portis, but Drew, he's been solid at home. He's got that revenge back in his angle there. So in a closeout series, him and Giannis teaming up together with Brook as the third string, I could see it happening. But I don't think it's easy. I think the Celtics may get 30. I wouldn't be shocked to see a game 7 here, but that's why I'm staying off the full game. I would just rocking with the Celtics to win the first quarter at even.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Keeping it real simple. Not
-8. Warriors. 218 with the total. 218.5 with the total. Does the dead count bounce for a third time with the Grizz?
No. Both series end tonight. The only game 7 we're getting is Luka versus Devin Booker. Both these series end tonight. I like I said, I love this Memphis team. I love this young Memphis team. People are dumb enough to keep saying how much better they play without Ja Morant, which is pretty stupid. But again, their backs were against the walls. They won a game at home in which no one gave them a chance. But back at Chase Center, championship pedigree, championship experience, guys that have been there before. The Grizzlies have had a great season. There's no disrespecting what they've done this season, but for me, I'm on the Warriors to cover the 8. I think they come out and they handle business. Bad taste in their mouth. I think they come out at Chase Center, and I don't see the Grizzlies going nuclear the way they did at home. They had one opportunity in game 4 to win a game in Golden State. They didn't do that. They're not winning an elimination game in Chase Center against Steph Curry and them. It just ain't going down.
Hard to argue against that. I also don't think Bane goes over his point total tonight. That's probably one of my strongest feels in this game. He's listed at 19.5. I don't think he breaks 20 points. I also don't think Dylan Brooks breaks 19.5 either. I think the Warriors everyone thinks the Warriors are just going to shoot them out and end it real quick. I mean, if you're really just worried about having to stop Bane and Brooks on top of Tyus Jones, I think they should have no issue. Let Triple J do whatever the hell he wants to do if that's your biggest mismatch, quote unquote, if you really want to say it that way. So that's just where I would key in on fading Bane and Brooks on the road.
Yes, sir. So yeah, the NBA season is coming to a conclusion, man. My finals prediction from day one is still existent. It still has a chance, so it's all good. I said Milwaukee would win the championship before the season started. I said Steph Curry and them be in the finals at the same time. So my finals prediction is still looking golden. You know, as a Sixers fan, obviously you want to see your team win, but it is what it is. Game is the game.
Yeah, just a bunch of clowns in that organization.
Bruh, I'm not going to get on the internet and cry about it. So it is what it is.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying the incompetence just continues year after year. And that's why I said you just play the curb season after the season ends each time, like the credits. You might as well just play that.
We had to watch George's fucking Niang and Furkan Korkmaz. Also, I want to throw this out here. Danny Green got hurt because Joel Embiid's a fucking flopper. I'm sorry. But that man, Joel Embiid, ended Danny Green's career last night because he wanted to flop. I don't fuck with that. Sorry. Great season,
man. He had to end it on a sour note like that. I was about to say it's the Friday. It's the number one spot to get in. That extra weekend bankroll. I mean, the English Championship playoff, one of the biggest money-making games ever, is coming up. The first two legs, and then the who gets promoted after that. So you got to get ready for that. So if you need some Friday midday action, since the Cubs don't have the home game, Luton is hosting Huddersfield in the first leg. If you want to watch footy, I'm going to be watching it. Don't really like any plays on it. We started off the show with the MLB. We wrapped it up with the NBA. U's on the road today, so it's one of my favorite days in gambling other than Brubacher starts. We appreciate all of you tapping in with us. We'll be back at you live tomorrow for the weekend action, Saturday fun day. Until then, we out. Give us that like, give us that subscribe.